So in 2018, this camera right here, this camera, the Canon EOS R was released. Yeah, 3 years ago. It's crazy, right? And in 2019, Canon EOS RP, which I have over here. And it's a camera that I've been using off to the side for forever. I actually have owned the RP for considerably longer than I owned the R. And why am I saying that? Well, this is a cool article. Cool article over here on Canon Rumors. Talks about Canon EOS R system turning 3. So happy birthday, EOS R. Three's a big year, I think. But what else? What else is new? Well, you may have noticed this week, possibly, number one, DJI, which I own four of their drones. So I have a Phantom 3, my very first drone, a Mavic Air, the first Air, a Mavic Mini, the first Mini, and a Mini 2. Just released DJI Ronin 40, and if you haven't been watching the YouTubes lately, this thing came out or announced October, I think it was October 20th, so just a couple days ago, and it is nuts. It's crazy. It's like you take one of their gimbals, like a Ronin gimbal, and you put one of their high-end cinema cameras on it, but you allow it to have interchangeable lenses, and you put it all together, and you say, here you go. And it's 4D, so it has that fourth axis, which is cool for like that walking movement. And yeah, if you haven't taken a look at it, it's kind of the, I think, possibly like the future of cinema cameras. You know, it's how I feel, I think, sort of. Very cool. And it's super inexpensive at only starting at like $7,000 US. So I probably won't be getting one of those anytime soon. But I do hope, this is what I hope, that DJI starts to kind of spin it together where they're like, hey, this is kind of the cinema grade version of that. Let's make more of a consumer grade version of it. Not like the little hand ones that you see, those little tiny ones, but something a little higher end that, you know, allows possibly for me to pop one of these lenses on it and get 4K and have all the gimbal-y goodness and all recorded in-house. Maybe you sell it for like $3,000. DJI? Then I'd be like, yep, that's cool. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. Very cool little camera from DJI. Now, Sony has decided to finally release their Sony Alpha A7IV, Sony Alpha A7IV, A7IV a lot of people call it, but I've heard we're supposed to call it Alpha A7IV. And you know, it's really hard to find any YouTube reviews on this thing, right? Let's see here. Go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Like it just keeps going. Sony is given this camera to, it seems like, everybody, but not me. Come on, Sony. I would like to test your camera. Look at all that. I was like, cool, that's looks awesome, all these people. That's like 30 people. Then I scrolled down and they're like, hey, oh, there's more. Look at that. Cool. I just bought 2 Sony cameras this year. Not expensive Sony cameras, but I got a ZV-1 and a ZV-E10. I'm part of the Sony crew now, I think. You know, sure, I shoot primarily with Canon, but hey, I'm willing to try out everybody equally. Yes, I am. And on a last little bit of info, just in case you didn't see it, and in case you care, Nikon, third teaser for their Z9, however you want to pronounce it, depending on where in the world you are. Another teaser from Nikon. You can go check that out on, weirdly enough, it's on Canon Rumors. But hey, it seems to be a really slow time for a lot of Canon news. So there's some Nikon news on there as well. Article in regards to the new Macs. You may have heard, right? Yeah, it's true. New Macs coming out. Yeah, with the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. M1 Max, yeah. And the starting point for the M1 Pro is actually an 8-core version. It's 2 cores less, so 8-core versus the 10-core. And because people are rocket scientists out there, the 8-core is 20% slower than the 10-core. Yeah, do math. If you got 8 out of 10 on an exam, you'd get 20% wrong. So it makes complete sense that an 8-core is 20% less performance than a 10-core, but this is somehow making all kinds of weird news, and people are writing about it, and I'm telling you about it. Not really that I care that it's 20% less, but that people can't figure out how to do math. That's my biggest concern. I didn't buy one. I wanted to buy one, but I didn't buy one. Monday, we think Monday. So today is Saturday. Monday, macOS Monterey should be coming out, which is kind of exciting. It sounds like it's going to be more exciting for those of us that have M1 Max, so M1 Pros, M1 Max, versus Intel Max, because number one, they've actually gotten rid of some features or limited some features on the Intel version. I was like, okay, that's not very nice, but Mac Rumors talks about some here. Portrait mode and FaceTime. You get it on an M1, no on an Intel. No for you. Interactive globe maps on the M1, not for us Intel people. More detailed cities and maps. I live in a tiny little town, so it's not going to affect me either way, but still, you don't get it. And some of these I'm just like, are you just kind of being like, hey, you want an M1 Max, so we're going to look at these cool features. We probably could have put them in with the Intel, but we're gonna not. I don't know. Object capture, that seems cool. That's something I would ever use, but again, you guys can read these on Mac Rumors. On-device keyboard dictation, that's kind of cool because on-device, right? So if you have an iMac, like me, or an Intel machine, it gets done like cloud-based. If you have a M1-based machine, Apple Silicon-based, you get to do it on machine, which means that there's going to be a higher level of privacy. Yes, and that's cool. And Apple speeds up its transition. Yeah, so now they're saying even this OS works on both, but works better, and you get more on this one. That's it. That's it for today. It's Saturday, and I made one of these for you folks. Why? Because it's kind of a yucky day outside, and I'm bored. Yeah, and there's some cool articles, and I'm wearing these new glasses. Yeah, video for these coming out in the next day or two. These are my new sitting in front of a computer glasses, blue light glasses. Yeah, you'll see them. Watch for it. All right, my friends, that's it for me today. Have a great rest of your weekend. Rest of your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Later.